Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl Butler, and you're listening to the Mighty Mommy's Quick and Dirty Tips podcast, which will help make your life as a parent a little bit easier and a lot more fun. Welcome! Today's episode is number 370, 5 Ways to Give Your Parenting a Spring Tune-Up, because this is the perfect time to freshen up not only our homes, but our parenting style as well. Obviously, the warmer, greener days that spring brings are more appealing than the icy, gray days of winter. With daylight savings time, we can enjoy sunlight well past the dinner hour again. I love the description of spring posted on a website called The Symbolic Meaning of Seasons. And it says, in our own lives, spring can be symbolic of starting new projects, sowing new seeds, and coming forth with new ideas. This is also a time to contemplate health and physical well-being too. Be refreshed and prepare for your soulful debut. Many of us use the inspiration of this fresh, vibrant season to take charge of our living environment, and we dive into a good old-fashioned spring cleaning where we scrub, polish, shine, and declutter our home. It's such a fantastic feeling to have everything neat and orderly, especially when we are living such busy, chaotic lives. Spring is not only a great time to get your homes clean and shiny. You know what? It's also a wonderful time to spiff up your parenting style and freshen up our attitudes as well. So go ahead and put down your mop and dusting rags and set aside some valuable time to give your family life a spring overhaul with Mighty Mommy's 5 helpful tips. Tip number 1, read a parenting book. Whether you're the parent of a newborn or college kids, there's always something new to learn in the world of parenting. Head over to the library or your favorite bookstore and select a great read that can help you learn some new parenting concepts. And if you're like me and just don't have as much time to read as you'd like, many choices are available as audiobooks on audible.com. 2 of my favorite parenting titles are The 5 Love Languages of Children, written by Gary Chapman, and The Blessing of a B- by Dr. Wendy Mogul. Tip number 2, commit to not yelling. According to a new study published in the Journal of Child Development, yelling, defined as shouting, cursing, or insult hurling, may be just as detrimental as physical punishment to the long-term well-being of adolescents. Even in otherwise loving homes, yelling, cursing, or insults can have many of the same effects as hitting and can lead to depression, anxiety, and very low self-esteem in kids. As nature starts to blossom all around us, it's a great reminder to relax and appreciate our surroundings, and that includes enjoying our kids. If you tend to bark out orders or raise the volume too high too often, make the commitment to stop yelling and communicate with your family in a more peaceful manner. My episode titled How to Stop Yelling at Your Kids has some helpful suggestions. Tip number 3, get active as a family. With 8 kids, our family is involved in dozens of team and individual physical sports and activities. Even when they were young and in preschool, we've done simple things like walking in the park or riding bikes through our neighborhood just to stay active. Some families are definitely more active than others, and in one of my favorite Mighty Mommy episodes, Fun Ways to Keep Your Kids Active, I teamed up with my colleague Ben Greenfield, the Get Fit guy, to list some out-of-the-box ideas to keep our kids moving. One of the most interesting parts of this episode was the study that Ben shared with us. This study focused on the perception of children about their parents' activity levels. And in this study, researchers asked school children to rate how active they thought their parents were. Then they had those children complete a test of their own cardio fitness. The bottom line was that the study revealed kids who perceived their parents to be physically active were more physically active themselves, rather than the kids who didn't feel that their parents bothered much with exercise. This shows us that our kids are paying attention to us as role models. So make this spring a time to getting more active as a family, even if it's just going on nature hikes on the weekend or taking your dog for a brisk walk together after work. Spending time doing something physical can be great for your family's mind, body, and soul. Tip number 4, focus on the positive. If you've been following my podcast for a while now, you probably aren't surprised by this tip. While I definitely believe in setting boundaries and rules for my kids and enforcing consequences, I am also a firm believer in focusing on the positive and not dwelling on the negative. One of my favorite parenting tools is catching my kids doing something good and then praising them for it. It might be something as simple as noticing one of my sons unloaded the dishwasher when it wasn't his turn because he knew I had to work late and he wanted to help, or something on a much larger scale, such as overhearing my daughter tell one of her friends to please not talk about one of their classmates behind her back because it made her uncomfortable to gossip. As you focus on all the new growth Mother Nature provides this spring, don't forget to hone in on all the positive aspects of raising a family. Tip number 5, embrace quiet time. Did you ever stop to realize how much noise that we have in our daily lives? Our electronic devices, cell phones, microwaves, car engines, vacuum cleaners, the dogs barking, kids crying and laughing, TVs and iPods, the list goes on and on. Spring is a great time to embrace the change of seasons and also become more mindful of chilling out and enjoying the beauty of stillness. Even if we can't take an hour or two to regularly find some time to lay low, look closely at your weekly schedule to see where you can incorporate some mini blocks of time where your family can simply settle down. For our family, it's right after dinner. We power off the TV and our smartphones and have about 15 minutes a few times a week where we just eat dessert or sit with one of our dogs on our laps and take in absolutely nothing but time with each other or ourselves. How does your family get renewed during spring? Share your thoughts in the comments section at quickanddirtytips.com/mighty-mommy or post your ideas on the Mighty Mommy Facebook page. You can also email me at mommy@quickanddirtytips.com, and you can visit my family-friendly boards at pinterest.com/mightymommyqdt. Be sure to sign up for the upcoming Mighty Mommy newsletter, which will be chock full of practical advice to make your parenting life easier and so much more enjoyable. Wishing you and your family a happy, healthy spring. Thanks for listening, and until next time, happy parenting.